Good morning. Watch the sunrise. So this is just the palm tree we have here right in front of us. And above us. I'm being a little conservative in the movements today because of the issues with the connectivity. Also got an appointment at 7 o'clock. So I want to have this up, probably keep this just a little tad shorter today. And then after breakfast, God willing, we're off to Jerusalem. And yesterday we had pilgrims from Germany. And others also that I don't remember. I'm sorry, this connectivity is coming in and out. It's quite a nuisance. But we have to live with what we have at this moment and my inabilities to overcome it. So we have very, very strong readings today. There's drama in both readings, quite a lot of drama. In Jerusalem and in heaven. In the heavenly Jerusalem and in the earthly Jerusalem, a lot of drama. And the drama is so much in Jerusalem. It says Jesus wept over Jerusalem. If we were in Jerusalem, I would want to have been at Dominus Flavit. That's the Latin for Jesus wept. Like here we have Duc in altum. So in Jerusalem we have Dominus Flavit, the Lord wept. So it's a kind of a style of naming places of prayer according to key words from the scriptures. And Duc in altum is a marvelous little chapel in the Mount of Olives overlooking the city, where we remembered these words of Jesus and the heartbreak. It's a weeping over sadness, over human rebellion, inconformity, closed heart, which is also primarily for us as we read the scriptures, a motivation for us, a questioning of our heart, where we stand today before God, before our brothers and sisters in need, before every aching human heart, especially hearts that go down the roads of addictions. How much parents weep over children, which you would not listen. And this is where you are today, in prison. You're in addiction, you're in a very bad relationship that's very difficult. You would not listen. And it's amazing how God allows us that freedom, you know, the great condition of the human being to choose. And to choose against good advice, and good training, the prodigal son. Peter chose to deny Jesus 3 times. We're not going to judge any of these people because we know that we often don't fare well ourselves in front of temptation. So there we appeal for mercy and we appeal for God's grace to not let our hearts get closed. This is very important for us to learn, and also to have great compassion for all those who close their hearts, and a rush to prayer, a rush to adoration. And that's what we have in the book of Revelation, the heavenly Jerusalem. And one of the little lines that touched me there's a big drama, you know, and there's like it's a big mystery. Who's going to be able to open the 7-sealed scroll? Probably the resolution of the entire world mystery, humanity's mystery and history. Who's going to resolve all of this? Who's going to reveal the truth of this? But one of the little details that really touched my heart was that the bowls of incense has an interpretation given right there. And it says it's the prayers of the people rising up to God. And some people make a lot of fuss about what kind of incense and what smell, what fragrance, the different fragrance. I want this incense and not that incense. But it's not about the incense, it's about the prayer. It's about the religion of the heart, not the religion of ritual. It doesn't mean ritual can't happen. Ritual is needed. Ritual is part of society. There's rituals for the Super Bowl. There's rituals for political transfer of power. There's rituals for birthday parties, and for every country has their way of doing it. There's rituals for burial. Ritual is just an established mode of proceeding. You don't have to invent the wheel every day. Blue jeans are kind of the ritual for dress in society, for lots of sectors of society, and putting your hair this way or that way is also kind of a ritual. And you know, that's the way humanity works, right? So we can't despise that. And then when it goes about very serious things, let's say a funeral. Well, when people show up at a funeral, there's a certain series of steps that are needed. It's a very heavy moment. It's a very serious moment. Maybe there's a lot of sadness because of a tragedy, an accident. And so there's a ritual that helps to carry people like automatically. It's like a little track for the train to run on. There's a process. But the process is there to help the human beings. The process isn't there for the sake of the process. The process is there for our sake. Like the Sabbath. You know, Jesus' critique of the Sabbath is a similar thing. But the incense is the prayer of the people. So the sweet fragrance rising to God wasn't the bullocks and bulls and stuff sacrificed in the temple. It was the offering of the heart. And this is what the prophets always called us back to. Call us back to still today. What's in my heart? What am I bringing before God? And that's why the issue of a closed heart before the arrival of grace, and that great line of Augustine is dramatic as well, because he also postponed his acceptance of grace for a long time. He was fighting it. The story of his confessions relate that. And he says, fear the grace of God passing and not returning, because there's an opportunity, a beautiful opportunity in life that comes. And that's the sunrise of every day. And I'm not talking about the physical sunrise. I'm talking about the presence of God in our lives, the awareness in a fleeting moment. And I just realized, wow, I need to say thank you. But then I'm so distracted with my phone. I'm so distracted with something going on. I don't say thank you to the Lord. Praying is kind of tough. It's kind of tough to have this incense rising to the Lord, you know. It takes attention. It takes attention. It takes focus. It takes You know, where your treasure is, there your heart will be. And that's kind of the test of the thing. You know, if my treasure is the friendship with God, then I will open my heart when God visits me. A town, a people will open their heart when God visits them. A family will open their heart when God visits them. It can happen in a moment of tragedy, a moment of joy. A new baby is born and the whole family opens their heart, and there's a moment of prayer. I've told you that a few times before, but it comes back to me right now. Daddy came to pick us up from the bus stop. We got off from school and the exam results had come out, and my sister and I were blessed to have good results. And this is the first stage results are for me and my siblings, right? In our family, I'm the oldest, and then my sister, Carmel, and then we were blessed to get good results. And Daddy said, let's thank God for that. His heart, you see, the treasure of his heart, he obviously loved us, his children. He loved the farm. He worked very hard on the farm. But there was an order of priorities. And this is what's happening in heaven. There's worship. There's flowing worship of God. And that's why there's a fullness of life in heaven. And sometimes on earth there's a fullness of wars because there's a dearth of adoration, a dearth of true allowing God to be God in our world. No room for mercy, no room for forgiveness, no room for reconciliation, no room for the poor, no room for sharing, for living according to the Spirit of God. What great readings we have today. Really inspiring. And then if we read the psalm, it's a beautiful psalm of praise of God. Sing to the Lord a new song. Psalm 149, second last hymn of the hymn book of the Bible, the book of Psalms. And then it takes a line from the book of Revelation. The Lamb has made us a kingdom of priests to serve our God. And that's really the denouement of the whole topic today. Really, that's our vocation. Our vocation is to link this whole cosmos. The sun is way up, the moon is way up there, reflecting the sunlight before it sets. And here we have the sun rising, and we have all the stars that we can't see up here. And this whole cosmos worships God through us, through our heart of worship. Because we are the heart in the world that captures the beauty, the goodness, the truth. And it's not just singing a beautiful hymn of praise, worthy is the Lamb. The Lamb has made us a kingdom of priests to serve our God. Sing to the Lord a new song. That's done in the love we have for God, and that's carried through the love we have for each other. People, be blessed today. God bless you and your family as you live this beautiful day. Let's see if we get this in the picture here. Yeah. That's not so bad. God bless you. Open the heart when the Lord visits you today with his little inspirations, the little needs, the cry of a baby, the tear of a sad person. And you're encountering God, and your love is going up and your prayer is going up like sweet incense before the Lord. See you later, alligators.